Things will strengthen the power to defeat Satan. Don't come with our that may place no power to defeat all our enemies. Please take the song for kind of danger, spiritual manipulation, deception. Lift all the option and come, let your Holy Spirit fill us now, financial will be done in Father. Please cancel the plans of the enemy. Father, please cast out everything we thought is spirit from among us. Father, please cast Satan out, Father's name. Gosh, man, my prayer now. Amen. Okay, today our Father's talking about begin within, meaning any of you that are looking to see a real change, you see what I'm saying? It has to begin within, meaning it has to start with us. It has to start internally. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need to be trying to make changes. Because once it happens internally, we will see a change externally. Meaning once we, you know what I'm saying, work on ourselves, we will see a change in our surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Your love life, your career, your parenthood. You see what I'm saying? Excuse me, you'll see the change in you. You'll notice how you do things. You see what I'm saying? But that's God reassuring us that we take the time to learn His ways, how things will go good for us. Period, point blank. Once we got, you know what I'm saying, enough good in us, it's going to be all around us. That's my word. Hey, that's Psalm 87 I'm going to read. Okay, this says, His foundation is in the holy mountains. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion, more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of God, Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her. And the highest himself shall establish him. The Lord shall count, and he writeth for the people, that this man was born there, Selah. As well the singers as the players on instruments shall be there. All my springs are envy. Amen. Okay. Now, God is telling me to tell you all, feel this heavy come from the Holy Spirit, right? Why we have such a hard time out here? Because we learn different things that we get comfortable with that's not right. To be honest with you. You see what I'm saying? And we take time to learn it. So, you know what I'm saying? It takes time to unlearn. The more, you know what I'm saying, time we take to learn, you see what I'm saying? The bad ways that we eventually acquire, the more time it takes to unlearn. So it's like you tying a knot for years. You see what I'm saying? After so long, man, it's like that knot can't be untied no more. And that's how a lot of our, you know what I'm saying, lives get, man. Our mentality, our heart, you see what I'm saying, our mind, be filled up with so much bad, man, that, you know what I'm saying, that's what we become. And then we don't filter ourselves neither. That's what God's trying to tell us today. We need to filter ourselves. It's like people doing dialysis and or whatever. They go to the beach, they go to therapy, they go to counseling. It's all type of things you can do to filter yourself, man. We got to continuously do that. Period, point blank. We just like, you know what I'm saying, vacuums. You see what I'm saying? That's why we got to be careful what we take in. You see what I'm saying? Because it needs to be good for our health. Lord knows, man. So He's telling us today, man, listen, no matter how far, you know what I'm saying, we've got in life, man, or in our mess, man, no matter how deep we got in our mess, you know what I'm saying, He can help us get it right or clean it up. Because after a while, when we hit a certain age, or, you know what I'm saying, once we get to a certain point, we just be like, okay, this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. No, that's a lie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that may be what it is, but that's not what it has to be. Period, point blank. It's going to be what you say it's going to be. Take your power back. Take your life back. Huh? Take your mind back. Period, point blank. Huh? You take control of your life. That's what God's trying to tell us today, especially for all the adults. And children need to be led. They need to be supervised. But adults, now listen, it's what you say it's going to be. You see what I'm saying? Period, point blank. And you don't let nobody tell you nothing different. That's how you get what you want out of life. And that's how you get to where you want to be. Especially if you know that in your heart that you're trying to do something right. If you're trying to be positive. You see what I'm saying? Keep speaking it into existence. Keep manifesting. That's what our Father's trying to tell us today. And yes, He is telling us that we're going to have a hard time, you know what I'm saying, taking or trying to find time to counsel with Him after our lives are already established. That's why He was trying to get us established before we establish ourselves, because we were doing things wrong. Period, point blank. So we're gonna have a hard time trying to transition away from what we've already established, because it's almost like we stuck, or that's your livelihood. Our Father said He don't want us to get to that point, but even when we got to transition, He can help us transition, man, into better if we believe. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, and if we work with Him too. That's another thing, man. Ain't nothing that's gonna happen overnight. Yeah, you can want it, but you gotta work for it. Period, point blank. And three things that you can't get from this world, that you have to get from God, is peace, love, and trust. You will never get that from this world. Not consistently. You will not. It has to come from God. We can get mainly everything else that we need from this world, but we talking about spiritual things. So you're gonna have to do right by God, you know what I'm saying, to achieve those good, you know what I'm saying, things. Peace, love, and trust. So I'm really showing you all today that the ones that, you know what I'm saying, want to see a better version of themselves, you're going to have to be reborn. Which means you're going to have to take time out with God. You got to take some years, man. You see what I'm saying? To unlearn what you've learned and to learn what you need to learn. That's what God's trying to tell us today. So I hope y'all take heed of that, man. I hope y'all get peace and love, and I hope y'all put it down proper like this guy do, man. And get all that God wants you to have, man. Release. You see what I'm saying? What no longer serves your purpose, man. What's no longer good for you, so you can inherit what God wants you to have. That's how it goes. Transition, man. You don't lose, man. God ain't gonna let you be no loser. You transition it. So, you know what I'm saying? Have faith. That's your name. Amen. Hallelujah.